Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the another concept of chemical bonding, that is hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding. You may be thinking that it's a very small topic in your chapter chemical bonding, but it has a vast application in your JEE, NEET and CET questions. For every 1 to 5 questions, you will be having application of this hydrogen bonding concept, wherein you have to apply this concept and solve the questions. So as a result, we are discussing about this hydrogen bonding today. So before going to hydrogen bonding, I want to replace this word bonding by just a force of attraction. It is just a force of attraction. That is because it is purely due to the strength of this type of bonding. It is not literally a bonding. Bonding means, according to us, it is either the bonds, literal bonds formed by the sharing of electrons or by donating the electrons. Hence, hydrogen bonding doesn't involve such type of any sharing of electrons. Hence, it is just a force of attraction in molecules. Hence, instead of using the bond, I am using it as just a force of attraction. What type of force is that? It's a weak type of force of attraction. It is a weak type of force of attraction. Then you may ask a question that whether it is a van der Waals force of attraction. No, but when compared to van der Waals force of attraction, it is more stronger, but when compared to covalent or ionic bonds, it is more weaker. As a result, I can write it like covalent or ionic bond Covalent or ionic bond is more stronger when compared to these hydrogen bonds. Say about covalent or ionic bonds are having 200 kilojoules of bond energy. That is, you have to require 200 kilojoules of energy to break this. While hydrogen bonds require less than 200 kilojoules of energy, which means that hydrogen bonds are weaker when compared to your covalent bonds. When you compare your van der Waals force of attractions, that is your London forces, ion-ion and ion-ion dipole thing, or your dipole-dipole, that is also called as dipole-dipole interaction, or your induced dipole interactions, it is more stronger when compared to these things. That is, hydrogen bonds are more stronger when compared to van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces. So this may be the order. That is, covalent bonds more stronger than hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds are more stronger than these van der Waals forces. Since it is less than covalent bond, it is called as a weak type of force of attraction between the molecules. Hence, hydrogen bond is a weak type of force of attraction. And here this is less than 4 to 5 kilojoules of energy. Van der Waals forces is less than 4 to 5 kilojoules of energy. So this is between 4 to 200. This is greater than 200 kilojoules of energy. Now let us describe what is hydrogen bonding. What is hydrogen bonding? Say I'll take an example of a molecule which has an atom A, which is covalently bond with atom hydrogen. Obviously, hydrogen bonding means it should have an hydrogen atom. So this is a molecule where an atom A is bonded to hydrogen through a covalent bond. So this is a covalent bond. What type of atom is this A? A is an electronegative atom. Electronegative atom. What may be the atoms means? It may be fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, which means that it should be highly electronegative. That is, electronegativity should be around 3 to 4. The electronegativity factor should be around 3 to 4. In some cases, it can be carbon or chlorine. It can be either carbon or chlorine, and that is, it is in your organic chemistry. More probably, it is in your organic chemistry. But remember, this atom should be highly electronegative. When this atom is highly electronegative, what does it do? the shared pair of electron is more probably withdrawn towards this atom A. As a result, this gets negative charge, this gets a positive charge. You know this is inductive effect. That is highly electronegative element in a covalently bonded thing attracts the shared pair of electrons. So this is your electronegative element which pulls your electron towards it. As a result, this gets partially negative charge, this gets a partially positive charge. Now think that to this molecule, to near this molecule, another atom comes, that is say B. B is the another atom. Think that this has a lone pair of electron. What do you mean by lone pair of electron? It means that it is more electron rich. It is electron rich. Remember, this is electron poor. Positive charge means electron poor. Now, what happens is this hydrogen atom, which is electron poor, tries to take some electrons from this B atom, which is having a lone pair of electron. Such type of interactions are called as hydrogen bonds. So obviously this B atom which is coming near this molecule should be electronegative. This should be electronegative. Negative. It should have lone pair of electrons. So firstly it should be electronegative. Secondly it should have lone pair of electrons. And thirdly it should have small size. It should have a small size. These are the criteria of this B atom which is approaching this molecule AH. So the hydrogens in AH molecule, which is electron poor, tries to slightly share the electrons with this, pull the electrons with this lone pair of electrons on this atom. As a result, there is an interaction, force of attraction between this hydrogen atom and this atom, highly electronegative atom B, which is called as hydrogen bonds. So what do you mean by hydrogen bonds? Very simple. It's a weak force of attraction, interaction or attraction between hydrogen atom and an highly electronegative element is called as your hydrogen bonding. Remember, this is a covalent bond while this is an hydrogen bond. Now let us discuss, we have discussed about what is hydrogen bond means. This picture clearly gives you what do you mean by an hydrogen bond. So the next thing we are going to discuss is about types of hydrogen bonding. Types of hydrogen bonds. Very clearly there are two types of hydrogen bonds. One is intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Intermolecular. Second one is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intra. Inter means it is between molecules, between two different molecules, between two different molecules. Intra means it is within a molecule, which means it is within one molecule itself, within itself. So I'll take examples for these two types of hydrogen bonds. Say example 1 for intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Say HF. I'll take HF. Hydrofluoric acid. You can observe there is an hydrogen bonding here. This is partially negative. This is partially positive. This is partially negative. This is partially positive. And observe that fluorine has lone pair of electrons and it is smaller in size too. That is, this fluorine atom is satisfying all these characteristics. That is electronegative, lone pair of electrons, smaller in size. So I can take this as, this is A. Say this is A. This is H. This is your B. According to this concept I have taken here previously, this is your A, which is covalently bonded with H, which has an hydrogen bond with B. This is your B. So I have correlated this concept to your previous concept I have taken described here. So this is your, you can observe that there are hydrogen fluoride molecules, different molecules, hence it is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. example, I can take it as, say, H2O. So this is your water molecule. Say this is your ROH. ROH. What is this ROH? Very simple. It's alcohol. Alcohol. You know the general formula of alcohols. It is ROH. What is this? This is your water molecule. Now, these two can form hydrogen bonds like this. Hydrogen bonds. So this is your hydrogen bond. What type of hydrogen bond is this? You can analyze this. This hydrogen bond is between two different molecules. Hence it is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. I think now you can correlate the difference here. This is the hydrogen bonding between two molecules of same type. This is the hydrogen bonding between two molecules of different types. That is, this is hydrogen bonding between homo molecules. What do you mean by homo molecules? Homo type, same type of molecules. This is hydrogen bonding between intermolecular itself, but it is heterotype. What do you mean by heterotype? It is different molecules, between different molecules. So, intermolecular hydrogen bonding can be between same molecules or between different molecules. But remember, it should be between the molecules. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. I'll take an example here. As you all have, it is orthonitrophenol. Phenol. Say this is your phenol. OH. It's your phenol. Orthonitro. These are your ortho positions. So, orthonitrophenol. This is your nitro group. You can observe a bond here. This is your hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond. So you can observe that here I have not taken two nitrophenols, two orthonitrophenols. The bond is within the molecule itself, which means that this bond is intra. Intra means within a molecule. These are inter, between two molecules. This is within a molecule. Hence it is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So this is homo type of molecule, same type of molecules. This is hetero, which means it is between two different types of molecules, but both are intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Now let us discuss about the application of hydrogen bonding. You can observe that although the topic is very small, application is vast. Hence, I am talking about application of this hydrogen bonding more when compared to the concept. As you have already studied about the concepts, now I am going to be detailedly studying about your application of hydrogen bonding. The first application we are going to study is about the strength of hydrogen bonds. That is, you can observe there are different types of hydrogen bonds here, wherein how to decide which is a stronger hydrogen bond or which is a stronger interaction between hydrogen and highly electronegative element. So you can observe this, all these are in the form of A bonded to H through a covalent bond, which is covalently bonded to, hydrogen bonded to another B atom. I think you can observe, you can correlate. Here A is oxygen, hydrogen, B is oxygen. A is oxygen, hydrogen, B is nitrogen. A is nitrogen in these two cases, while B is here oxygen and nitrogen. So we are going to discuss about which is a strong, say 1, 2, 3, 4, which is having a more high interaction, that is stronger interaction between your hydrogen and highly electronegative element. Remember, first criteria, this hydrogen, this covalent bond between A and H, that is these two and these two and these two. In this covalent bond, the A atom should be highly electronegative. It should be highly electronegative. That is, A should be highly electronegative. The first criteria. A should be highly electronegative. You can observe that here A is, in these two cases, it is oxygen. Here it is nitrogen. So as a result, which is highly electronegative means it is oxygen. Hence these two come into picture and these two gets cancelled because nitrogen is the least electronegative when compared to nitrogen. Hence these two come into picture. So I can tell the hydrogen bond strength is directly proportional to electronegativity of A. Electronegativity of A. What is that A atom means? It is the atom which is covalently bonded to the hydrogen atom. Remember, A is the atom which is covalently bonded to this hydrogen atom. The second criteria is, now if this is highly electronegative, what does it do? It withdraws the electrons like this. As a result, this gets negative charge, hydrogen gets positive charge. Now what should be the nature of B, atom B? What is B? B, it is the atom which is hydrogen bonded to this hydrogen atom. This is A, covalently bonded to hydrogen atom. This is B, hydrogen bonded to hydrogen atom. So what should be the nature of these two? Remember, very simple. This should have a lone pair of electrons and you can observe both are positively charged, which means it is poor in nature, electron poor in nature. If this B atom becomes more electronegative, what does it do? It will not give easily the electron towards this hydrogen, which means that it pulls the electrons from hydrogen itself because this atom becomes more electronegative. Hydrogen is already electropositive, which means it is poor in nature. If this atom becomes more electronegative, it pulls the electron towards itself, hence hydrogen bonding becomes weak. If this B atom is less electronegative, what does it do? It can form an hydrogen bond easily. It will not more pull the electrons from this hydrogen atom. This is a poor fellow which is having no electrons. As a result, what should be the nature of B atom which is hydrogen bonded to this hydrogen atom means it should be less electronegative. That is, atom B should be less electronegative. That is, hydrogen bond strength is inversely proportional to electronegativity of B. Very important relationship. That is, this atom should be highly electronegative, covalently bonded thing. Hydrogen bonded atom should be least electronegative. So as a result, which is a stronger bond? Remember, both are same here, oxygen. But here, oxygen is highly electronegative while nitrogen is less electronegative. As a result, this is the stronger hydrogen bond when compared to all these four types of bonds. Why not these two? Very simple. Nitrogen is less electronegative when compared to oxygen. So already these two options get cancelled out. These two options are not right. In these two options, this is not right because oxygen is highly electronegative. It pulls the electrons here instead of donating. Here, it will not pull the electron, hence an easily hydrogen bonding is formed. Now, we'll apply this concept here for solubility of alcohol and amines in water. So, the same concept here which we have studied, I'll be applying it into alcohol solubility. So, let us see alcohol. It is alcohol, OH. It forms hydrogen bonds with water. Like this. Like this. Amines are NH2. Say this is another hydrogen bond, RNH2. This also forms hydrogen bonds with oxygen of water. Like this. Remember, any organic compound, if it is soluble in water, means it forms an hydrogen bond with water. Remember this point. Any organic compound soluble in water, solubility in water means it should be through hydrogen bonding with water. Hydrogen bonds with water. It should form hydrogen bonds with water. You can observe that both are forming hydrogen bonds with water. Even your alcohols as well as your amines form hydrogen bond. Hence, solubility is in water. That is, alcohols are soluble in water. Even your amines are soluble in water. Now the thing is, which is more soluble? Which is more soluble? Again, we have to go through the concept of this AB. You have to observe this bond. Observe this bond. That is, you have to apply this concept now. If the hydrogen bond between water and alcohol or water and amine, which is more stronger, which means that solubility is more. That is, if this bond is more stronger, that is, this hydrogen bond is more stronger than this bond, then alcohol is more soluble in water. If this bond is stronger, it is more soluble in water. So now we have to look at this bond strength of this hydrogen bond and bond strength of this hydrogen bond. Look here, I can correlate like oxygen is A, which is bonded to this hydrogen, which is hydrogen bonded to this B atom. So oxygen here it is A, hydrogen, B is oxygen. As the same way here A is nitrogen, which is bonded to hydrogen, B is oxygen. B is oxygen. I can write it as OH, O. Right? OH, O. Here it is NH, O. First look at A atoms. Here it is oxygen, here it is nitrogen. Obviously this is 1 because it is highly electronegative. We have studied A atom should be highly electronegative. So this is not the thing. So as a result, since this is highly electronegative, this bond A is highly electronegative, this bond becomes more stronger. That is stronger. As a result, this is more soluble than your amines. That is, alcohols are more soluble than amines. Alcohols are more soluble than amines. So remember, any organic compound solubility in water depends on hydrogen bonds with water, and in hydrogen bonds you have to look into the strength of hydrogen bond. How do you look into that? Remember these 2 points. Hydrogen bond strength is directly proportional to electronegativity of atom A. What is atom A? It is the atom bonded to hydrogen covalently. Hydrogen bond strength is inversely proportional to electronegativity of B. What is B? B is the atom which is hydrogen bonded with hydrogen atom. So as a result, this is the reason why alcohols are more soluble than amines. Remember, both have hydrogen bonds with water. Hence it is alcohols more soluble, which is having a stronger hydrogen bond than amines. You can also observe I have taken another example. Solubility of an ion here. I have taken a solubility of an ion. So the first one is sodium ion. The second one is ammonium ion. So let us see what are the type of interactions with water. I have written that it is solubility in water. So let us see what is the type of interaction with water. Say take Na+, the water molecules. We know that when you add it to water, water is a polar solvent, hence it has dipoles. So like this, say your water molecules, these are your water molecules. They surround your Na+ ion. Water molecules, say this is negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, positive. These are your water molecules. Water molecules. Water molecules are polar, hence they have dipole. So what type of interaction is this? What type of interaction is involving in its solubility is? It is ion dipole. ion dipole interaction. This is an ion, sodium ion. These are your dipole, that is water molecules. So what type of interaction is this? This is your ion dipole interaction. Then what about ammonium ion? What type of interaction does it have? Say ammonium ion, take your ammonium ion, NH4 plus. So this is your molecule, NH. Ion. What a molecule? Can observe it has a possibility of forming hydrogen bonding with water. Can you observe this? Yes, this also it has a possibility of forming, capability of forming hydrogen bond with water. So this you can observe it has hydrogen bonds. Now you can clearly tell me which is more soluble. So strength, we have discussed about the strength of the types of bondings. So strength we have discussed. So can you here observe that hydrogen bonds are more stronger when compared to van der Waals forces. That you correlate to this one here. Here it is a van der Waals force of attraction, that is ion dipole interaction. It's a van der Waals forces. Here it is hydrogen bonding. Then obviously which is a stronger bond? Hydrogen bond is a stronger bond, which means that ammonium ions are more soluble when compared to sodium ions, because ammonium ions form hydrogen bonds with water, while sodium ions have a dipole, that is ion dipole interaction, which is a van der Waals force. Van der Waals force. Hence, this is more soluble when compared to Na+. So this is how you correlate your solubility of organic compounds with your hydrogen bonding. So what do you have to look? Whether the molecule can form hydrogen bonds with water, then it is soluble. Then look about the strength of the hydrogen bond. Then you can decide which is more soluble and which is less soluble. And the types of interactions you can observe. If it is a van der Waals force with water, then it is less soluble. If it is an hydrogen bonding with water, it is more soluble in water.